Good morning, I am Kiran Raj. Welcome to the online classes on problem solving using C. Today we will discuss about the second part of the operators and expression. In the previous class we have discussed about arithmetic operator, logical operator, relational operator and assignment operator. Today we will discuss about the other operators, precedence and associativity. Next operator is increment and decrement operator. Increment operator is used to increase the value of the operand by 1 and decrement operator is used to decrease the value of the operand by the 1. Here we are going to have two concepts, that is prefix and postfix. In prefix notation, or when you are going to have the prefix operator, the general format will be operator followed by the operand, that is plus, plus or minus, minus, then the variable name, plus variable name that represents prefix. So you are going to have the operator which is followed by the variable, and in the postfix you are going to have the variable and it will be followed by the operator. Increment and decrement operators are going to increment the value of the variable by 1. Decrement operator is going to decrease the value by 1. There is one main difference between the prefix operator and the postfix operator. In the prefix operator, the incrementation is done before the execution of the particular statement. But in the postfix, the incrementation or the decrementation of the variable is done after the execution of the particular statement. We will see or we will understand that more in the program. See the program here. I have a is equal to 10. So I am trying to print a value. So printf a is equal to percentage d, where percentage d is the conversion specifier which represents integer value, right? Percentage d, that means it is going to print the integer value. And what it is going to print? It is going to print a. So here a value is 10, so it is directly printing here 10. Again a, printf a is equal to percentage d, that means you are going to print again the integer value. And what you are going to print? You are going to print plus a, which is increment operator because you have the plus symbol, so that means you are going to increment it. But here this is prefix operator, that means you are going to have the plus symbols or the operator before the operand. So here you are going to increment it, and as I already mentioned previously, before the execution of the statement, the incrementation is done. So what is the statement that need to be executed now? This statement, right? This statement need to be executed. So before the execution of this statement, the incrementation will be done. So 10 was there. So 10 plus 1, it will be 11. So 11 will get printed. In the next step, that is this one, I am going to have the post increment. Post, that means after the execution of the statement, increment the variable or operand. So I am going to execute the statement first. So a is equal to 11 only. Then after the execution of the statement, a will get incremented and it will become 12. What value is printed? 11 is only printed. So 10, 11, 11. But after the execution of this line, 11 is incremented to 12. Here it is 12. And while coming to here it is bit 12. 12 will get printed. And printf a percentage d. Here prefix means first you have to increment, then you have to execute the statement, right? So it will be 13. So 13 will get printed. And while coming to here, again 13 will get printed, but your a value will be increased to 14. It will be similar to decrement operator also. And when you are doing the increment or the decrementation, we should be very careful. Conditional operator. Conditional operator is a ternary operator which is going to have two operators and three operand. That is, operators are question mark and the colon. The general format is, or the general syntax is, expression 1 question mark, expression 2 colon, expression 3. After that you have to have the semicolon. Okay. Now here how it will be executed. Expression 1 will be checked first. Expression 1 can be condition or expression or anything. So expression 1 will be evaluated first. Now if the expression 1 is true, then expression 2 will be executed. Now let us say that expression 1 is false, then the expression 3 will be executed. So expression 1 is true, then expression 2 will get executed. Expression 1 is false, then the expression 3 will get executed. Let us see one example. I have n1, n2 and I have the another larger also. So I am trying to check which is the largest number. Okay. And I will check whether the n1 or n2 is larger, and I will store the largest number in the larger. So I am asking for the data from the keyboard. So I have the printf statement here. Enter two numbers, and I am going to ask for the details from the keyboard, that is scanf statement, %d and %d. Where I have to store? I have to store it in n1 and n2. Okay. Now this is expression 1, n1 greater than n2, that is expression 1. Then n1, that is expression 2, and the n2 is your expression 3. Now what will be happening here? Whether n1 is greater than n2. If n1 is greater, then n1 will get executed and it will be stored in larger. If that is not the case, that is n2 is larger, then n2 will get executed and it will be stored in the larger. Next operator is bitwise operator. The bitwise operator are used to manipulate the data at the bit level. These operators are used for the testing of the bits or shifting them to the right side or the left side. Can be applied to integer type operands only, and it cannot be applied to floating point or the double type. So it cannot be applied to bitwise operator, cannot be applied to the real numbers, but it can only be applied to the integer type value. Well, coming to the bitwise operator, it can be divided into bitwise logical operator, bitwise shift operator, and one's complement operator. So before going to the bitwise operator, try to remember the bitwise operation that was present in the computer organization, because the same thing will be repeated here. Bitwise logical operator. Bitwise logical operators will be perform the logical test between two integer operand or two operand. These operators work on their operands bit by bit, starting from the least significant to the most significant bit, that is from LSB to MSB. So you are going to have three operators here: bitwise AND, bitwise OR and the bitwise OR, that is exclusive OR, that is bitwise XOR. What is the operation of bitwise AND? If both the bits are 1, then only your output will be 1. Otherwise, your output will be 0. And in the bitwise OR, if any one of the bit or any one of the input is true, then your output will be true or your output will be 1. Well, coming to the bitwise exclusive OR or XOR, your output will be 1 when any one of the input will be 1, right? Bitwise AND, the result of ANDing the operation is 1 if both the bits have the value 1, otherwise it will be 0. I have taken two examples where I have N1 and N2 and I am trying to add N1 and N2 to N3. So this is N1 and this is N2 and this will be N3. Now let us expand the N1 here. So 60, that is represented in the bitwise format, and then the 15, that is again represented in the bitwise format. So N3 is equal to N1 and N2. So how to do that? 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. When both the inputs are 1, then only your output will be 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. And rest of the things are 0 because other things are 0. Bitwise OR, the result of ORing the operation is 1 if either of the bits have the value 1 or otherwise it will be 0. So if any input is 1, then your output will be 1. So 0, 1 will be 1, 0, 1 will be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Bitwise exclusive OR, the result of the exclusive ORing operation is 1 only if one of the bits have the value 1, otherwise it will be 0. Bitwise exclusive OR, if only one of the input is 1, that is odd number of the inputs are 1, then only your output will be 1 or true. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. So this is again the same simple program. When you are writing the program, don't do this one. N1 is equal to 60 and N2 is equal to 51. Don't initialize the value here only, because if I am not wrong, it will create some of the errors, because I have the initialization and the declaration in one side and I have the only declaration in the other part. So what you can do here is only have the declaration in this line, and in the next line you can write N1 is equal to 60 semicolon, N2 is equal to 51. So better you separate them. You can write int N1, N2, AND, OR, XOR, semicolon, come down. Then you can write N1 is equal to 60 semicolon, come down, N2 is equal to 51 semicolon, then come down. AND is equal to, AND will be having N1 and N2, OR will be having N1 and N2, and XOR will be having N1 and N2. Here, when you are getting printed, the integer value will be getting printed. Okay. Bitwise shift operators, they are mainly used to move the bit patterns either to the left or to the right side. So there are two bitwise shift operators, that is, one is left shift and another one is right shift. In the left shift, you are moving the bits to the left side, and in the right side you are moving the bits to the right side. Left shift bitwise operator causes the operand to be shifted to the left by n position. The syntax is operand, insertion operator, then the n, where n represents how many bit it should be shifted. For example, n1 is equal to 60 and n2 is equal to n1 shifting to the left side by 3 bits. n1 that is 60, so I have represented in the bit format, and then I have to shift it 3 times. So shifting 1 time, so I am just shifting the bits here. 1 will be coming here, and next one, 1, and the rest of the things are filled as 0 here. So you are doing just shifting one side, okay? And here also, in the next shift, I am shifting one more time, right? So I am shifting it. So 1 was here, so I will bring that here. Okay, next one, like this, it will go on. And the shift 3, n2 will be n1, where 3 bits are shifted to the left side. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4 bits were there, so check here. So here, it will come here. So 1, 2 and 3 bits are shifted. 1, 2 and 3 bits are shifted, and you have the 4 ones that is present in this side. Okay. Right shift. So in the right shift, the operands is converted to bitwise format, and they will be shifted to the right side. The left empty position will be filled with 0. So here I have again the n1, and next I am shifting it 3 times to the right side. So I am shifting it here, and again next first shift 1 will be coming here, and in the next shift 1 will be coming here, and in the another shift 1 will be going outside. Okay, but we will not bother about that, and we will just shift to them. Okay, and the remaining left blanks here we will be filling that with the zeros. Bitwise ones complement, where you are just inverting all the bits. If one number is given, I will be converting that into bitwise format, and after that I will be changing 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. So this is again this simple program. Better, as I already mentioned, you can separate the declaration and the initialization. It is better to separate them. So separate them better. Initialize the value, or you can take the value from the keyboard. Special operators, we have two special operators. One is comma operator and the size of operator. The comma operators can be used to link the related expression together. So when you have related expression, that time you are going to use the comma operator. The comma linked with the expression are evaluated from the left to right, and the value of the rightmost expression is the value of the combined expression. It will be the expression with the comma operator. It will be evaluated from the left to right. See this example. First, n1 is equal to 50. That will be evaluated. That is 50 is assigned to n1. Then the 10 is assigned to n2, and then the addition will be done. That is 60, and 60 is assigned to n3. Size of operator. Size of operator is used to find the number of bytes that is taken by the operand or the data type. The operand may be constant, variable, or the data type qualifier. So here I have again given an example. Integer n1, where n1 is of integer type. So integer variable. So it will try to find the number of bits that is taken by the number of bytes that is taken by the n1 variable, and that is going to print that. Here it is again going to take calculate the number of bytes that is taken by the 15, and it is going to print it. And while coming to here also in the same manner, size of integer data type will get printed, whether it may be 2 bytes or the 4 bytes, but it depends on the system. Okay, operator precedence and the associativity. The precedence is used to determine how the expression involving more than one operator is evaluated. So there are distinct level of the precedence. Consider the precedence as the priority. Okay. For example, when I'm having the expression, if only one operator is present, then no problem, right? So I can solve it very easily. But when I'm having more than one operators, for example, a plus b minus c or a plus b multiplication c, that time which one should be executed first? Whether I have to execute plus or whether I have to execute multiplication. So which one I have to execute first, that is decided by the precedence. The operators at the higher level of the precedence are evaluated first, that is which is having the highest priority, that will be evaluated first. Now let us say that there are certain cases where I have the elements or I have the operators which belongs to the same priority or the same precedence. That time how it will be executed, that is decided by the associativity, and it will decide whether the execution should take place from left to right or from the right to left. So this is the operators and associativity, and precedence is this one only. For example, postfix bracket, then we have the square bracket, then we have the arrow operator, dot operator, then we have the postfix increment and the postfix decrement. They will be executed first, so that has the highest precedence. In the expression, if you have them, then those things will get executed first. Next, we are going to have the unary operator, where we are going to have this plus minus signs. Then we are going to have the increment and the decrement size of operator, or not, and those things will be present. Then we are going to have the multiplication, division and the modulus, and then we have the plus and the minus, that is addition and the subtraction. Then we are going to have the bitwise shift, that is bitwise left shift and the bitwise right shift. Then we are going to have the relational operator. Then we are going to have the equal to or the not equal to. Then we are going to have the bitwise and, bitwise XOR, bitwise OR, logical and, logical OR, and the conditional. Then we are going to have the assignment. Last we are going to have the comma. Okay, that is how your precedence will be. This is associativity. Here you should make note that the plus and minus, so they belong in the same row, right? So they have the same precedence or they have the same priority. It is nothing like plus is greater than minus or minus is greater than plus. They both have the same priority. For example, here also, in the most of the time we consider that division as the highest priority compared to multiplication and modulus. So it is not the case. Multiplication, division and the modulus, all three of them have the same precedence or the same priority. Okay, it is nothing like one is greater and first one is greater and the last one is smaller. No, nothing like that. For example, here relation also, lesser than or equal to, greater than or equal to, all four of them have the same priority. Okay, but plus and the shifting, that is right shift and the left shift, they have the different priority. For example, that time plus and the minus have the highest priority and the shift have the lowest priority, and comma has the last priority. This is how it will be executed. For example, only the unary operators, then assignment, and then the conditional, they are executed from right to left, and rest of them things will be executed from left to Right only. Thank you.